Oh well. Hey guys, welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live. I tried to run my short intro video, but for some reason it won't work. But that's no problem at all. I'm Jeff Marconette Jr., the Make Every Second Count speaker, and I am here all the time on Tuesday evening, usually at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But tonight we had some technical issues, and my laptop is all freaking out right now, and that's all right. But so this show is all about helping people and letting myself and my guests serve the community, serve my viewers, serve their viewers, and serve anybody else who cares to watch. But I just want to let you know that I was in a coma for 2.5 months, in the hospital for 3.5 after a severe car accident. Now, I am here right now. I'm sitting here right now. In fact, I walk now and I can do pretty much anything now. And I think it's pretty cool that I can show you guys that you can accomplish anything. But tonight we have someone very, very, very special. And she actually has a new book coming out called Greater Fortune. Now, she is from Dayton, Ohio. And well, not originally, but she lives there now. And she's an awesome, awesome person. And she was working for a company and they tried to make her make less money by cutting off commissions because she made too much in commissions. And she didn't like that. So she said no. And they let her go. And she was the top salesperson at this time. And they actually let her go. I still can't believe that because she's an amazing person. But 2 years later, she went back to that company, not just to work there, but check this out. She bought the company. So I would like to introduce you to Marie Cosgrove.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm honored to be here with your guests. Thank you so much. And you always inspire me.
Well, you do me too. So I thank you so much for being here. So, what exactly made you want to buy the company?
Well, originally, I didn't want to buy the company, it didn't even cross my mind. I had no idea that was going to come up. After I got fired, I, you know, thought, what am I going to do? So I went to one of my mentors and I thought it was the worst day of my life because I'm a single mom with 4 kids. Dad lost parental rights, no child support. A lot of people were telling me that I should sue the company because I was minority female and I probably had good grounds to sue the company for letting me go without cause. But instead of being bitter, I started to look at opportunities out there. What can I possibly do? So I started selling for other companies. Then I started my own company, got FDA clearance on a device. And after 2 years, I get a call from the owners that fired me and they said, are you interested in investing in our company? So I called my accountant and I said, let's go do a valuation, see what this looks like. And when we did the evaluation, the accountant said, look at the numbers in during these years. And I thought, wow, this is wonderful. I don't want to just invest in the company. I want to buy the company. But then what he shared with me later was, the majority of those sales that were made were by you. So that was 10 years ago. I was told that I was going to be let go, that I was going to get bankrupt myself, bankrupt the company. And within 6 months, we would no longer exist. 10 years later, we're still here. And what I want to share is that it is possible for anybody. If it's possible for me, it's definitely possible for you, because it's not about me. And I truly believe in God. I mean, I'm a person of faith, and I feel very honored to be here with you, Jeff, because what you went through this car accident. You were in a coma for 2 months, in the hospital 3 months or longer, and here you are. You're walking, you're talking, you're a speaker, you have your own show. And a lot of people will come up to me and say, yeah, well, I bet you your daddy helped you buy the company. And I'm like, no, my mom went through a car accident too, like you, Jeff, and she was in a coma for over 2.5 months. They were ready to pull the plug. And my grandmother prayed and prayed. And then she said, just give me one more day. And the next day, my mom opened her eyes and she had to learn how to walk, talk, and do everything. But unlike you, Jeff, she had mental illness because of the brain damage. It affected her in such a way that she didn't have a moral compass. So she had mental illness. So I had no one to fall back on, because while she was recovering, like when you had to learn how to walk and everything, what happened to her? She was raped. And then she ended up pregnant. And the doctor says, we're going to have to abort this child because you can't carry this child. You've got, mental problems, physical problems. You're under 20 different medications. You can't carry this child. And my mom said, well, God saved my life. I'm not going to take away the life inside of me. And my grandmother said, well, I'll help you raise this child. And the doctor says, you're too old to take care of this child. My grandmother passed away at 97. She did help raise me, but she was not rich. She didn't have money. She didn't come from money. So I grew up in poverty. Well, what, in the USA, poverty is being rich compared to some third world countries. And I know your show is international, but we were not considered rich. I didn't have anyone to pay for my college, so I don't have a college education, and I had no one to fall back on. So it's something I had to do on my own. So I know that it's possible for anybody. It doesn't matter what your background or where you come from. It is possible for you to make it in this country. And we still have the freedom to create our own, our own dreams. I mean, it may not be what you look like, it may not be perfect, because we all have problems and I still have challenges in my business, but there's no reason why you should be in depression and just feel like there's nothing that you can possibly do, because there are things that you can do. And one of the things that I share in my book, it's actually got guides and steps to help you. What do you do when you get fired? What do you do when you're depressed, when the whole world seems like it's just crumbling all around you? There is something that you can do. And just like you share, Jeff, on your show, make every second count, because you don't know where you're going to be from 1 minute to the next. In 1 minute, I'm top in sales. The one of the owners wanted to have dinner with me, and I'm thinking I'm going to get a promotion. So I'm just thinking promotion. I'm really excited, doing really well. I finally get my kids out of poverty and myself out of poverty. And I'm really excited because things are going well for me. And the next thing I know is, you're fired. You can't sell for us anymore. And so I went from doing really well to making nothing and having to pick myself back up from the ground. And I've had to do that several times. So I know that it is absolutely possible, because that was like in one day, from 1 minute to the next, I lost everything and had to start over. And that's hard. I know there's a lot of single parents that may be listening to this, and I know it is hard. It is tough, because you're the mother and you're the father for that child or children that you have to take care of. So I just, this book is for everybody. And I just want to share with everyone that there is hope. There is hope. Doesn't matter what you're facing. And it doesn't matter where you come from. You do have value, because a lot of us feel, I know at one time in my life, I felt like I had no value because I'm a product of rape, born to a mentally disabled single mom, no dad. And I grew up thinking that my life was worthless. And I know that's not true. I know that every life has value. Every life has a purpose. And like you say, we've got to make every second count.
Yeah, that the I'm echoing. um. All right. Let's see here. I'm looking over the press release that you sent me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at a few of the points, and it's saying walking away without guilt from whatever might be holding you back and focusing on the future. Now, that is one of the things and techniques or tools or insights that your book is going to give people. So, can you go into that a little bit deeper and let some people know how they can walk away without guilt?
Okay, so in one of my chapters, I share about my domestic violence situation and how I had to run. And a lot of times they say you have to face your fears. There are times where you got to run. Like, seriously, you need to get away from toxic situations. That was my situation. I came home early from a business trip and I saw my four kids on their knees on the ground crying in front of their stepdad, and he had a belt with a big buckle, and he says, I'm just scaring them. I haven't hurt them. I swear I would never touch them. And I turn around and I see blood coming down from the shorts of one of my sons. And so I just grabbed them and I ran and never looked back. But there's times when, because it wasn't my first, I mean, by the time I was 27, I'm divorced twice. And that's a very shameful thing, especially you're in the Hispanic culture. You don't get divorced, you're married forever. And so I'm divorced twice. I've got four kids. I'm a single mom by the time I'm 27 years old. And I didn't care at that point. But my first marriage, I had three children and I kept going back. And people don't understand. This week, I was with an organization called One Heart for Women and Children. And this woman, amazing, amazing woman, she was raped at 15. Because of that trauma, she ended up turning to drugs. She ended up homeless under a bridge with her child. And then an organization started helping her. And so she says, you know what? I'm going to start volunteering. Even though she had nothing, she started volunteering. Then she created One Heart. It's been around for 20 years. And now she serves, we help deliver over 50,000 pounds of food to women and children. Then we went and delivered over 14,000 gifts to kids in need. We went and visited this rehab center where she got herself some help, and these mothers had one day they get to see their kids. They hadn't seen them in years, and so we gave the kids gifts because we know that the mom could not afford to get gifts. But one of the things that I saw that was so beautiful was that not only were we serving all these people in need, a lot of her, and she doesn't call them homeless people or people in need. She calls them her clients. A lot of them were themselves volunteering. After they collected their food, they came back and they started volunteering. And the best way to lift yourself up is help others. And that's how you're going to get the strength to get out and run away. So one of the things that happened to me, and I see this happen all the time, is like, well, why do you keep going back? Or it's your fault. That woman is so stupid. She keeps going back to this guy that beats her. But no one ever asked the question, why doesn't he stop beating her? Nobody asked that. They just like, why does she keep going back? And what you don't understand is the psychology behind it is because this man comes back, oh, I love you, and I promise things will change. We'll go back to counseling, and you go back believing, thinking there's hope. And sometimes we don't want to get out of our comfort zone, or maybe we've never worked before. Because I know I had been in that situation. I didn't have a college degree, and he's supporting me. What am I going to do? I'm going to end up homeless. So you're afraid to get out of your comfort zone. You're afraid to get out. And so in my book, I detail how you are able to actually get out of your comfort zone, how you can get away from a situation that's toxic or a toxic relationship, or even in business. I mean, look at many people listening may be too young to remember this, or some of you may remember Enron. There were, I mean, hundreds of executives that were involved in major deceptive fraud. So you might be working, as an accountant, and you're like, oh, well, it's just a minor mistake, it's no big deal, and you're afraid to speak up because your salary depends on it. So it gives you the tools that you need to be able to get out of those situations and get on your own and be strong and run and get the help that you need, whether it's a domestic violence situation, whether it's toxic workplace situation, or you're facing sexual harassment, because I know that happens in the workplace. And I tend to be more conservative, but I'm not naive to know and understand that these things do happen.
Yeah, that's great advice. Now, I saw in your press release that you were telling people to see the opportunities and jump on those opportunities whenever they arise, and especially in the challenging times. So how can people recognize opportunities and jump on them?
So one of the ways is not look at the negative side effect, or all the chaos that's going around you. If that enters your mind, replace that with a positive thought, like being thankful. And you have a journal on gratitude, I believe, that you have out, and I would recommend you get Jeff's book if you don't have it. It's very, very good, but that's a very good tool to use. And um, another thing is, write down ideas. If you have an idea, and everybody's different. One of the things that we tend to do is we tend to compare ourselves to others. We tend to compare. Oh, this person has a skill set. I don't have that. I'll never be able to accomplish this. Or this person is good at that. Look at what you do have, because every one of us is unique. Every one of us is different. You might be a great baker, and someone that can't cook, uh, that would be bad for them if they're going hungry. So maybe you can supply them with something that you have that they don't have. Or maybe it's an idea for a new service or new product. If you write down 10 new ideas every day, by the end of 30 days, you're going to have something that could be patentable, and you could sell it for a lot of money. So always look for opportunities, use your ideas. No idea is too dumb, and you don't have to share it with anybody. You could just write things down, and then at the end of 30 days, I guarantee you're going to come up with a product or service. And that's what I did. I had to, when I was fired, instead of throwing a pity party, I was like, okay, what can I sell? Or started approaching other companies. What can I help you sell and get your product to the market? And then started asking doctors, what product do you need that you don't have access to? And something came up. I came up with the idea. We got a group of clinicians and researchers together, and then we developed our own product that didn't exist on the market because I knew there was a need. So there are things that you can do, and just be creative. And you may say, well, I'm not a creative person. If you put your mind to it every day, it doesn't matter how dumb they are, just write 10 things that come to your mind that could help someone.
Yeah, that's amazing. I want to take a second here and say hi to a few people.
Sure.
So thank you guys so much for watching with us tonight. I truly treasure each and every one of you, and I hope you gain value from this amazing person here. So I want to say hi to my dad, hi to Brittany, and hi to Tanya, hi to Greg, and hi to Joe, and definitely hi to Nicole, hi to Amy, and hi to Sarah, and hi to Colleen. And we thank you guys so much again for watching. Please hit that like and share button. Give this woman some love, because she needs all the love she can get. Well, I think she has plenty, but you can never have enough. So, Marie, how exactly can people get this book if they want it?
Well, hi, everybody. Thank you for joining Jeff's program, and do share it and continue to watch this show. It's awesome. But you can get it on benbella.com. They're my publisher. You can get it on Amazon. It will be available brick and mortar stores in March 2021. You'll be able to get it at Barnes and Noble, all your traditional stores that sell books. You can get it there. But right now, you can pre-order it on Amazon. And also, we're giving away a few copies. So if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at Marie Cosgrove 77 at gmail.com. And wow. I'd be more than happy to have our publisher send you a free copy.
Wow, that's a great deal. So definitely hit her up. Get a hold of this book because I guarantee it will change your life. And on that note, talking about changing people's lives and books, I am going to show you guys my book. So this is called Make Every Second Count, a 1,500-hour journal. Now, this is a daily journal intended for students 11 through 19 years of age, but I'm out to prove that it will work for each and every person of any age. But it is a daily journal that you do for 9 weeks. And at the end of each week, there are activities to help you implement those things that you learned in that chapter. And it's pretty amazing. But I'm not just going to show it. I'm going to offer you the first 7 days are absolutely free. All you have to do is go to jeffmarconettejr.com/journal, as you can see there on the bottom of the screen. And then you can download it by entering your name and email address and a few other questions. And the whole thing can change your life. I promise you that. But I am going to put that into the comments after the show. And I ask if Marie would put her email address in the comments after the show or during the show. It doesn't matter. But I thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening to be here with me and my viewers. Marie, I know you're a busy woman. You have been traveling all over the place, even during this pandemic, and that is amazing. But I know you're back in Ohio now, and you're back at home, so you're probably wanting to get some good sleep. So I thank you so much, and I guarantee that my fans out there thank you. And my dad says happy holidays, and Nicole says hi. So
and happy holidays to all of you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you have a fantastic night, Marie. Thank you so much. And I need everybody out there to do me a favor, including you, Marie. I need you to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when the seconds are going to run out on your one life. Again, I'm the award-winning international Make Every Second Count speaker, Jeff Marconette Jr., reminding you to make every second count.